just about out of this area, so our service won't be interrupted. But okay, there we should be live. We should be live.
Well, I'm very happy for you, Dawn. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I
Only
really,
$50.
it's not set up yet, but it's in the area. And I'm actually looking for another one, so it will make it sort of even out.
What are you
But they
looking
aren't
for?
as
What dog?
The barrister bookcase I got for my 25th anniversary present.
Was it?
We're live.
I know.
Oh. Okay, let me get home. Hi, everybody.
We're here,
Way
everyone.
to go, Doug.
We're here.
Way to go, Doug.
I'm trying to get us up
tried
on
to warn him.
YouTube here so that I can see the comments, because that's just a little too small to see them. So
Margie already gifted us.
everybody.
Yes, Margie gave us $50 for nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Margie,
She gave us money for nothing.
for nothing, because she's such a mega supporter.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yes,
love
she
our
is.
Margie.
And we have
Okay.
Casey and Jen and Sarah, Margie,
Sarah.
of course,
Hi, everybody.
and
Now I just got to get chat.
Irma,
Chat.
and
Hi, Irma. Okay, I am. Why is it not? Trying to get it to
and
on chat.
it took a
I've got
long
us
time
on-
to come up on YouTube for me.
It did for me too, and I've got it up now, but it doesn't have a chat yet. I'm trying to get it to open the app, and it opens the app, and gonna have a problem finding us because no, just because it's my.
Hi, Anne Marie.
Hi, Anne Marie. Hey, Casey and Jen and Irma and who else did you say was here? Margie. Sarah is here. Is Sarah here?
Yes, Sarah Tooker is here.
Hey, Sarah. She is not
Sarah
here.
and her bratty kitty.
I get a kick out of that.
Sarah and her cute kitty. Okay, I don't know why this is just really irritating that it's doing this.
It's because you're on the road and it's not used to it.
No. It's me in my own account trying to get to our video, and our video isn't showing up.
That's weird.
Yeah, which is odd because I should just be able to go into our lives, and it's just
Well, there's
yeah.
two things. It's
So
Monday.
I might not be able to see the chat. You guys might just have to read it.
Okay. There's two Sarahs. Oh, yes, there are. I'm sorry, I missed Sarah number
Sarah, Sarah M and Sarah T.
2. Yep.
Awesome. So how's everybody doing?
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did everybody have a nice weekend?
Yes. I went to see Wicked.
Oh, did you?
Cool.
Yes,
We're
in
We're gonna see
3D.
that.
It was
We're gonna see that in
awesome.
Isn't it just part
Was
one?
it?
Yes, it's part 1, but it's still 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And let me tell you, if you like good dancing, the choreography was amazing. Chris Scott did it, and I am like floored at how awesome it was.
Wow. That's awesome. We're gonna see it in 2 weeks. We have our realtor every holiday season. She rents out the movie theater and gets one of the new movies, and then invites her favorite customers, and she gets
that's
popcorn vouchers and
awesome.
drink vouchers. Yeah, so she chose Wicked, and it's like a week from this coming Saturday.
Awesome.
So yeah, so we're very excited for that. That's gonna be fun.
We may actually go see it again, but in IMAX, because we saw it in 3D
Oh,
this
yes.
time. But I'd like to see
That
it
would
in
be
IMAX.
the way to do it. That would be the way
That
to do
would
it.
be cool. Ricky, I see Ricky here.
Yep.
hi to Ricky. Ricky, are you still here? Hello, hello. I can see chat now in YouTube. Jen, I think, is on the road as well. Thank you, Margie. Yep. Smash the like button,
see chat now. I can see chat.
Let's see here.
No, Billy.
Casey, are you off today or are you on a break?
Stop it.
Margie's singing my favorite Christmas song. Chestnuts roasting on an open
I thought it was the 12 Days of Christmas.
It depends if...
On the first.
I know too many versions of that one, Doug.
I know.
Some of them are
inappropriate. There was one group. Who was that?
You haven't lived until you hear the Hawaiian version.
Oh,
I would love to hear the Hawaiian version.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll send it to you.
So Anne Marie is wondering what I'm doing. I found
I just saw that.
doll clothespins when I was cleaning out something. And I decided I'm going, because I don't really decorate for the holidays, but I'm making a series of winter folklore character dolls. So that's what these are. And I'm just base coating them in acrylic markers. Huh? So that's what
cool.
I'm doing.
So
have you ever heard of the artist Bruce?
The what?
Sorry, Sylvia, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
we went to Barnes & Noble because I was going to look up the flow books that Sylvia had told me about. Mm-hmm. And with the magazines, I know you like paper dolls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a magazine that had, all it was paper dolls and the punch-out clothes.
Oh, my goodness.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, no. That would be one paper doll I really wouldn't like. Billy, don't stop.
You know what? You know what, Dawn Marie? You could alter her.
I could alter her.
Put something over her face.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I could make her a skull, huh?
Yes.
Anything would improve it.
Make a skull face. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, alter her, definitely.
That's hilarious.
Then I'd have all the Swifties after me.
Right. Oh, please.
They wouldn't know. We probably don't have any Swifties in here. Maybe we do.
No.
Who knows?
No.
I don't know. I got to say something about Irma. She made a couple journals. I just saw just last night, was watching her flip through of these 2 journals that she donated to Vanessa's giveaway. And man, Irma.
Oh, I saw those too.
Those 2 journals knocked my socks off. I mean, I thought my socks were already knocked off with the 8-inch spine flutter one that you did, but wow, they were really incredible. So, yeah, Irma does fantastic work, and she did not ink a single piece of paper in that journal. Everything came from her rust boils.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so grungy and so rusty, and it all came from her rust boils. She didn't ink anything. I love that.
Did Glenna see that?
Speaking of boils, oh yeah, I'll get the link and give it to you, Sylvia. You will like it. This is Lucy. Most of you know Lucy. Lucy is worn out.
Did she play with her cousin all week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not really. She played with her uncle and aunt.
Oh, okay.
Well, uncle. She
brother.
She played with us. Yeah, I guess brother. She just went a lot of places and did a lot of things.
She's never been in Arizona or any of the places we've been before, so all the smells were brand new. And
she loves traveling, and so it was like a 10-hour drive down, and she stood right here between our seats the entire 10 hours down, because she just loves to drive. So she was exhausted from standing there.
Yep. Oh, we lost them.
Oh, of
They
course.
must have hit a dead spot.
Yeah. So getting back to your characters, Don Marie, have you ever
Yes.
heard of a artist by the name of Gustav Trengen? I'm going to send you his works, his sketches, because
Okay.
he did some work for the little golden books. But those are very tame. But his initial sketches were the darker side of the Fae, and the magical forests, and the creatures that belong in the magical forests.
Right.
For him to do the 360 and go to little golden books was quite. But you got to make money.
Right. And I'm sure the little golden books are what,
Yeah. Those are what kept him afloat.
Little Golden for the first, this is something that most people don't know, is they didn't have multiple artists in the beginning for Little Golden. They were all done by like 2 or 3 people. Like just like one person would do one, the next one would do the next one. That was like 2 or 3 people. So
exactly. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's Gustav or the other one that I'm thinking of that did the initial sketches for Mark Twain's books.
Oh,
yes. So I'm gonna have to look up. I just saw them the other day. I'll look on YouTube, see if I can find something and send them to you. Because if you want some inspiration, talk about. Because I like the fairies, I do too. I just I've never delved into the art part of it. But just recently I started reading more about him, and that's how I found this guy. And his fae are just amazing.
Yeah,
and how
I'll
they
have to look it up.
Oh, yes. I'll get the spelling for you later after the live.
Excellent. Thank you. They're back.
Yeah.
Oh, except for we can't hear her.
Nope. I can't hear her talking. We can see you. Push the button. Push the button.
They want to know how your granddaughter's doing, Sylvia.
They're still waiting for the orthopedic. You know, when you go to ER for a bad ankle sprain or fracture, you're really low on the totem pole around here. Yes. There was three people with strokes. One had a huge heart attack. There had been 2 shootings this morning. So
yeah,
the wait is going to be a long time. So they already dismissed her. She's going to follow up with the orthopedic later. They say that she's in a boot. So no weight on that foot with, so she's on a boot with crutches for now until she sees the orthopedic.
Gotcha.
But life in a big city, you know, when you go in for the small things, you're
and the other thing is, if you're not screaming in pain, they don't take care of you.
Oh no,
I learned that too.
Yeah. and she has she's one of those young ladies that will react later. Right now, I think she's still on adrenaline. At least when I spoke to her, she was still, it doesn't hurt, Grandma. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, right. And wait.
Yeah.
That's all I had to tell her. And I'm sure she'll be nauseous too, probably.
Right.
But thank you for asking. She's fine. We're very fortunate that it wasn't broken anything. So she ended up asking the doctor for a note because she was reporting to jury duty, and the doctor said, "This is what you did to get out of jury duty." And over here now, they're paying the jurors now $100 a day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They do
because they can't get anybody to serve.
Right.
I've served 4
every
times.
place I've gone, I've always gotten paid.
Oh no, this is like $100 a day.
Oh, that much? I always got like 25 or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You
no, Marianne, we still can't hear you.
Nope, can't hear you.
That's why we're gabbing. Gabba.
So anyway, that was the funny part. The doctor said, "This is what you did to get out of jury duty." Didn't have to go to this extreme, but yeah, well, she's fine.
Yeah. So some of these, if anybody are wondering what some of them are, of course I'm going to do Krampus. He's my dude this season. But there's also the Italian Christmas witch, who is La Fontana. I think it's Befona. There are also in Iceland, they have, instead of like the 7 dwarfs, they have the 12 lads, 12 something lads. So I'm going to make up those, and those are like the 7 dwarfs, and each have a stage to their like what they do for Santa or for whatever saint, whatever they do in Iceland. Nice. One of these actually will be a deer, because there's a Arctic deer in Norway, Sweden folklore. There's also a goat in holiday folklore. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing them for myself, unless all of a sudden somebody sees it and says, I need all of those. And then, maybe I'll sell them. But it's just something for me to do between doing things. I really have one big project that I want to do. These, I just figured I could sit down and start with face colors on. And I certainly can show. I haven't really done much. Marianne, can you hear us? Can we hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Oh. Yeah,
I can hear you.
I can hear you the whole time, and it wasn't muted, so I figured I just had to go out and back in again, because I don't know.
Gotcha.
You know how it is. Finicky now and then. Finicky now and then. So, Sylvia, I missed the name of the guy with the fairies. What was his name?
Gustav Trengen, I think. Treuggen. Something like that.
Okay.
I have it written down because I was fascinated. I'll share that with you guys after the live.
Awesome. Gonna have to check that out. That's awesome.
Because these sketches are amazing.
Okay, cool. Can't wait to check it out. So DM, you showed him what you're making, talked about it?
Yeah, Yule lads is what it is the guys from Iceland. So yeah, I was just explaining, there's around the world, everybody has their own Santa, and 9 times out of 10 they have an opposite of them. The Yule lads are in Iceland, and then there's an Italian Christmas witch, and then there's a goat. There's also like a reindeer type thing, and they all have their different reasons and work they do over the winter seasons. So well, that's what I'm doing.
Pretty cool.
Well, I thought it would be fun just to hang out and chat, because we haven't seen each other, all of us, in so long, with all the stuff that's been going on and holidays and stuff. But I also grabbed 2 little things of trivia. If you're up to playing some trivia, we can do some trivia questions and see what people in chat can get right. If they can get right. Sylvia, are you watching?
Yes, I saw this lady doing watercolors on grocery bags, and I wanted to swatch my watercolors and see which ones work, which ones don't, how to apply them, thick or thin, watered down or thick. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just playing.
So are you swatching on clothespins?
No, grocery bags, grocery craft paper, I guess you would call it.
Okay. Because I'm looking at you and that just looks like clothespins. Wow.
No, I'm clothespins.
Yours are
the clothespins. Oh, okay. No wonder. Okay. Sorry. That makes a whole lot more sense, Sylvia. Your desk makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
Thanks, Margie. I looked at that a little silly. Road trip trivia. You and me both, Margie. We'll just be able to laugh at everybody else. So, actually, some of these, and we can talk about whatever in between. We don't have to just do trivia. But sometimes it's kind of fun. This one is this little tiny tin. I just love this. I think I found it at Goodwill at some point. And it's called Do You Remember?
Do you remember?
Yeah, it's actually a fun one because it's not necessarily a trivia, but it's like, here's a good one. Sylvia, I'll ask you first. Do you remember your first cell phone? Do you remember what make and model it was?
Nokia.
Yes, it was a Nokia.
A Nokia flip phone?
Yes.
Mine was too. Mine was red.
Wow.
In fact, I think I have it downstairs.
Oh.
in my phone graveyard.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you have a phone graveyard. That's so smart.
I know, that's hilarious. Motorola. Oh. Jen had a Motorola. How many of you had a Nokia flip phone? I think mine might have been a Motorola flip phone. Not sure. I can't remember, but I think it might have been a Motorola.
Margie.
A BlackBerry?
Wow.
BlackBerry was my second one.
Your first phone was a BlackBerry? Your first cell phone? Wow. Sarah?
Yeah.
We got them for work.
Really?
Wow. Okay, so I went from, we would go from flip phones, or they weren't flip phones, but they weren't smartphones to, like the slide phones. We went from those to smartphones. And I really, really thought I wanted to go to BlackBerry.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from the slide phone to BlackBerry, and I did not like it at all. At all.
Yeah.
I had it. I think I gave it 2 weeks because I have to give it enough time for the learning curve and to get used to it, and I will allow for that. I just couldn't take it. So that's when, is that when we went to iPhones? That's when, yes, I took it back and exchanged it for an iPhone, Yep.
The only good thing about BlackBerry was that they had a full typing pad on them.
Oh, yeah.
So you didn't have to go through the letters. True. Remember, you used to have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get your letters?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The
That's
text.
funny. Hi, Angie. Angie Stoney's here. Hi, Angie. Margie. I think Margie gets the prize. She remembers her first cell phone. She never had one. She's probably the smartest of all of us.
Right.
That's funny. Oh, wow. Do you remember your best friend in elementary school? And do you know where they are now?
Yes.
Sylvia, I know the answer to Sylvia's.
Yes. Yeah. She's my childhood friend. She's still with me up here. Known her since Skinner Elementary. I think I met her brother first, but I think I met her in 4th grade.
Wow. DM, do you remember your best friend in elementary school?
Yes, I have a group of friends, but I would say my best friend in elementary school is probably my friend Shelly. She is a minister down in southern Maine right now.
Wow.
Oh, she's a maniac.
Yeah, well, that's where I grew up. She never left the city. At least she left town, but she went just further south. Yeah.
Were you born in Maine, Dawn?
No, I moved there when I was 4.
Okay,
I was born in Quincy, Massachusetts.
Oh, I'm not going to say what.
Yeah, you can say it.
Margie's
Love the
best
East
friend
Coast.
was
Love the East
Jeannie,
Coast.
and she is not with us anymore. Sarah's
I'm
best
sorry,
friend was Debbie,
Margie.
and she passed away. Yeah. Jen remembers hers. I remember mine. We haven't been in touch for a long time, but she is still in the same town area where we grew up, and which is just a couple hours from where we live now. And we are in a couple of Facebook groups together, like our high school graduating class, class of 1980. Oh boy, that's old. Has a Facebook. 5 people.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? We had like 605 people. Yeah, we had
Oh my
just over
goodness.
like 630 people in our graduating class.
That's crazy.
Huge. Yes. I remember
I had half of
hers,
that.
not sure what she's up to now. Wow. Sylvia, how big was your graduating class? Was that in Brownsville?
350. 350.
Okay.
But we had
like
2
100?
POWs. We had 2 POWs and a lot of veterans, a lot of Vietnam veterans. And they're all gone. All of them are all gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
had
here's a good
110, and we are down to, I think it's 97 people.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right, you guys, think hard about this one because I want to hear all of them. Do you remember the worst date you ever had? I want to hear all the worst dates you guys all ever had in chat. Casey,
well, do you have an hour?
I was just going to say I've had so many.
I know. I've had so many also. That's why I said, do you have an hour?
Pick one. Pick one worst date and tell us about one worst date. Just, the general stuff that was absolutely the worst that'll make us laugh. How about that?
Laugh? No, none of mine will make anybody laugh.
Yes.
Oh, I have one that I can tell.
Yeah.
It's not the worst day.
Let me think about
It's a pretty bad, embarrassing day if you want me to go. I had gone to visit my sister, and she brought me down to North Carolina Beach, Kitty Hawk Beach, which is closer to Virginia. And I think I was maybe in 6th or 7th grade. And I went swimming. I had a one-piece swimsuit on, and I was trying to do sliding in with the waves. And I stood up, and I didn't realize that all of the rocks that I had picked up had gone into the little pocket in your crotch that is there. And my bathing suit stretched all the way down to the ground. So I was standing there with a stretched out bathing suit from my shoulders to my toes. And my sister wouldn't stop laughing at me, and she got everybody on the beach laughing at me.
Okay, so is the question worst day or worst date?
I said worst date, and I was thinking like go out on a date.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking date as in,
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
And that's, could be it could be interpreted either way. And after
Yeah,
you said
exactly.
that, I thought, oh, that's cool. It could be interpreted either way. I love that. But I have a feeling Sylvia has a worse date with a man.
Yes, I had just gotten divorced. I had it'd been about a year, and I had not ventured out into the world. And this guy, he was clean cut. He was Hispanic. He asked me out for a date, and I said, okay. I talked to my mom, and okay, I've got all the dots and T's crossed. Everything was good to go. He drove up in a pickup. Okay, no judgment, no judgment. I'm from Texas. He didn't open the door for me, so I had to climb into his Ford pickup truck, and he took me to a bar. And I live in a border town, so there's bars, and then there's places to drink. And The bar
Right.
that I was at, that he took me to, had a dirt floor, had the chickens in the back. The beer was kept on ice.
Oh my goodness.
And they had a singer. She was way past her prime, and her makeup, you could tell her makeup was, it was the 60s, so you can imagine. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the bar, we're sitting at the table on this dirt floor, and I can see the cockroaches. I can see the spiders, which I don't mind the spiders. And he says, what do you want to eat? Order anything. And I
order a new date, please?
Deep fried cockroach.
I just sat there and I said, I'll have a salad. And, typical, right? And they were like, oh, we don't, no tenemos ensalada. We don't have salad.
Get something cooked.
French fries.
Get something cooked, Sylvia, so at least everything will be cooked.
So I said,
no raw
okay,
fresh
well,
meat.
I said, what do you have, for,
French
well, I would
fries.
call it hors d'oeuvres, but, bar food, and they said, oh, yeah, we have drunken
Right.
beans. And I said, yeah, I'll have a bowl of drunken beans. And, you really can't ruin pinto beans unless you really, really try. And they
Right.
sure did. And I couldn't
They
tell
tried
him
so
to
hard.
take me home fast enough. And he was so nice. He was really, and he even told me, he says, I've never dated a woman out of my league. You're my first one. And I said, dude, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Oh man. Oh, man.
But we stayed friends. And he's still there in my hometown. My son sees him every now and then, and he always asks. And he said, "Yeah, I missed a golden opportunity." Yeah, right, dude. But that was my foray into the dating scene. And let me tell you, it was 13 years later before I dared to do anything else. Not me.
Yeah,
No, thank
you're
you.
like, I'm not sure I want to go there again.
No.
Let's see. Casey never dated, not enough courage or self-confidence to try, until Michael of New Year's 21. Never thought that would be my first person.
Wow.
Well, good experience with your first person. Now I'm thinking about setting Casey up. Jan, this guy also told, let's see, let me go back here. Jen. Okay, in 2021, same year as Casey, he kept telling stories about how his exes married him for his money. That's going to make it hard to hear. Okay.
Lucy.
And
Lucy.
He also told her that the last date he went on, they got rear-ended getting off the highway, pushed out into traffic, and they both ended up in the hospital unconscious, and they didn't know who she was. So, Lucy,
my
goodness. Come here.
Oh, goodness. That's awful.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
She wins. Jen wins.
There was more, but that's the gist of it. She made sure he wasn't following her home. He was like a bad luck charm. Doug, do you have a bad date you'd like to share?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
He's a guy.
No.
He thinks that all the dates he goes on are going to were right. It's the girls you got to get the bad dates from.
Well, he kind of questioned our first date because, I mean, he started talking about exes, and so I told him about the ex that had stolen from me and my son, and I ended up with a detective tracking him down and putting him in jail.
Wow.
And I also told him about the one that I ran over with my car. That didn't scare him off. So,
yeah,
you ran this guy over? Okay, I'll go out with you.
That's what Mark and I did on our first date, is we tried to mess with each other to see what the worst things that we had ever done were to get each other.
Yeah. Wow.
One up each other.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Diane. That's funny. Yeah, I think there's probably been a few bad dates. I guess definition of bad is kind of relevant. That wasn't a bad first date with Doug. It was just funny that I told him about the guy who ran over with my car. Well, he threw himself under my car. To be fair, I didn't hit him and run over him. He was a stalker, I had been dating him. I broke up with him. He wouldn't quit stalking me, and he threw himself under my car, thinking that I would stop and give in to him. And
it was either run over him or shoot him, and she chose the car.
Ran over his leg because he threw it under my car, and and the other one, well,
there's a date that Marianne didn't have that turned out to be the worst date for the guy.
Oh, he made me feel bad. Well, the weekend that Doug and I decided to be exclusive, I had a few other dates planned.
Yeah.
I had a Friday night to a ball game with one guy, and a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday with you, and then it was a Sunday brunch with somebody else. And so on the Saturday date with Doug, we decided that we were going to be exclusive because he said, I don't like you seeing other guys.
That's right.
And so
I had to take her off the market.
The guy, the Sunday brunch guy, I was in Arizona, and the Sunday brunch guy was actually going to fly in from California on his own little plane, not like commercial planes, but he was going to fly in from California and take me to brunch. And it was a first meeting, like a blind date. Mm-hmm. And so I called him. It was really late on Saturday night. I didn't call him then. I waited till Sunday morning. I called him Sunday morning, and I called him several times, and he never answered. And so I left him a message and tried to be as kind as possible and said, I've been seeing somebody, and we've decided to make it exclusive. And so I just wanted to tell you before you take the time to fly to Arizona. I just thought that would be the kind, polite thing to do.
Right.
And he called back later and ripped me a new one on the voicemail, saying he didn't believe me. He thought I was just blowing him off, and that was just a horrible way to blow him off, a horrible thing to do, and what a story to make up. And here I was trying to be honest and kind about it. So
we called him back.
We did?
Yeah, we did. Or was it an email?
No, that was a different guy, the email.
Oh, the email was a different guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we ripped him a new one.
No, we don't stoop to their level. No. The email was a guy, but I told him, and he says, well, he's a very lucky guy. And Doug responded to his email to me on my email.
Yes, I am.
Saying, luck doesn't have anything to do with it, dude. I'm just a better man. I don't remember what you said. I'm like, oh.
That's always a pissing contest.
Do you remember your first concert? Right.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
First what?
Did you just call Doug a dog?
No. Oh.
Margie asked, Margie asked, did I just call Doug a dog? If I did, it was unintentional. No, okay, your first concert, Sylvia.
Does it have to be rock concert or?
No, just first concert is all the question is. So you define it.
Well, my first concert was the big one. It was the Monterey Bay Festival in California. We took my parents' car. There were several of us. We decided to drive through Mexico because we thought it would be shorter. It was the 60s again.
Yeah, Texas.
The car broke down.
They're going to drive through Mexico to get to Monterey.
California, yeah. the car broke down. We hitchhiked into California. We went to the concert. And then we had to call my parents and the rest of those parents to come and get us. They all flew out there as a group. Of course, my parents were older, so they didn't really get me as bad as the other ones did. But I did not go to Woodstock because of that. They wouldn't let me out of it. I couldn't go. So, yeah, that was my first concert.
Where did the car break down, Sylvia?
Some little podunk
Where
town.
did the
We
car
sold
break
it
down?
for food and a little ride up the road. I don't even know how. There was a lot of chemicals involved. So we got to California safe. We were safe. But my parents' car, heaven knows.
And
Never
how
know.
old were you?
How old?
I was
I think so. How old were you?
I was still illegal. I was still illegal. I had no business going out there. I might have been 15, 14, 15.
Wow. You had,
Yeah.
I will just say you had guts at 15.
No,
Sure.
you know, chemicals do a lot of different things to you.
That's true.
And it was the
That
60s.
is very true.
And some of my friends were going to Vietnam. I mean, they were 17, 18-year-olds that would go to Vietnam. I mean, it was a different age back then.
That's scary.
It was scary, but we didn't think of
went from high school to
consequences.
adult immediately. Yeah. Diana saw Dire Straits.
Awesome.
Worst date turned up at her house with a shirt and asked if she could iron it.
Oh, right on.
Closed the door. No words were exchanged. I love it.
Oh.
Casey saw Smash Mouth. I love that. That would have been so fun. DM, how about you?
If we're talking bands, my real first one was New Kids on the Block. However, I had been to multiple symphony orchestras.
I'd been to a lot of symphony orchestras too. Yeah.
And the thing was that you had to go down to Boston to see anybody. So that was, a 5-hour ride.
Yeah,
And I missed out on a lot of going to concerts because I lived in the middle of Maine. So I did see John Denver and a guy who wrote one of his songs for him who was from my hometown. They came to my elementary school. So I guess technically John Denver is, but it was a tiny little thing at school.
Yeah, that's cool. A private concert with.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky's coffee dye paper.
Ooh, fun. She did that all day yesterday too.
Nice.
I love those double coffee dyed with the things that she did. Those were amazing yesterday. I loved those.
Yeah. Has have you seen some of Jen's papers? Jen is our artiste in-house when it comes to
Ricky does a lot of natural dyes, whereas Jen does and coffee dyes, and Jen does the Ritz, the colors.
Yes. Yeah. I've never the only thing I've ever done was the black walnut tree that I have out front, and that's the only thing I've ever done, but not successfully. Not successfully.
I do like coffee dyeing. I do like baking my paper to dye it. So I've done baked onion skin paper, which is lots of fun.
Yes.
I actually last fall, end of summer, I grabbed a whole bunch of paper and put different leaves and stuff in it, and I layered them between two big, huge concrete blocks outside, and I'm leaving them out there to see what they're going to do for the next, winter because I figured
Right,
the sides might get crunchy from the cold, and so that's an experiment. I'm going to see how those work.
Excellent. Yeah, I love the whole process. We studied when we went to Mexico to study how all the indigenous Indians back then, how did they get their paints? Well, they made them.
Yep.
They made them.
And dyes. I actually read a book recently about how all the paint colors in paint started and where they come from and what regions they come from. It's an amazing book. I usually don't read nonfiction, but this was an amazing book and I would suggest it to anybody. But I would have to go on my phone and tell you what it is. And I can't read what you guys are saying if I do that. But it was really interesting. And I learned dyeing in 5th grade. My teacher was a brand new teacher so of course she had all the gumption to get so much done throughout the year. And we made a teepee, a real huge teepee. It took up most of the room. And we dyed all the pieces, dyed all the pieces to them. So we used
nice.
Dandelions. I remember we used dandelions.
Yeah.
We used beets. We used
all
these things, different things in nature that we could get. And we each dyed a 6-foot section, and then we painted them. And then we made a teepee because we were doing, at that time, Indian culture series. And in Maine, there's quite a few Indian groups. But we also had to choose our own Indian names. And my dad came up with mine. And then I found out what it was really from. And so mine was Princess Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring, who was a puppet on Howdy Doody.
Oh.
But mine was the longest. Yeah. So I figured, but that teacher was probably my favorite year of school was the 5th grade because she taught us so much stuff. She also taught us how to macrame, and I've always remembered how to do that. And
what grade was this? What grade was this done?
5th grade.
Yeah. That's when I met my most.
Yeah.
5th grade teachers, I think they get the kids at the prime time.
Yeah.
Because my 5th grade teacher, she was awesome. Helped me fall in love with English literature.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. That's so cool that she did that for you, though.
Yeah. And it's funny. I saw her at the LL Bean outlet in Maine.
Oh.
Like 20 years after she was my teacher. And she looked exactly the same. She and her family had moved out, and they were very earthy, crunchy people. And they had moved to a more rural place because they wanted a bigger farm. And she recognized me immediately, and I recognized her.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
So
that was awesome. Story. I loved that. And then, here's another teacher story. My kindergarten teacher was actually the bartender at Mark's and my wedding.
Oh,
because
cool.
I hadn't invited her, so she got on the staff of the person that was catering it.
Oh, right on.
Yep. So
right on.
And when you come from such a small town, you end up.
Yes. Absolutely. So. Yeah, there's pluses and there's negatives.
Sure.
When I got arrested for burning my friend's draft card, my dad was down at the American Legion, and they had to call it was my godfather was a cop, and he had to call him and tell him, hey, we busted your kid for burning a draft card down at the American Legion. Oh boy, that must have been such a nice time for my dad. But he never did complain, never did say anything. He wasn't for the war either.
Yeah.
Those were different times. But when you're in a small town, it's hard to get away with stuff because everybody knows you.
Yeah. My great uncle, or he was related through my grandmother, and his wife were cousins somehow, but I called him uncle. Uncle Frank was the sheriff in town. So,
oh boy, yeah.
So if anybody pulled me over, they got a talking to. Well, there was a new guy on the staff that hadn't gotten the list of people you're not supposed to pull over, and he pulled me over at the bottom of my I lived on a hill. Pulled me over at the bottom of the hill. My father could see out the window that I was pulled over, and he called my Uncle Frank, and he goes, do you have a new police officer on the force? And he's like, yeah. And I said, he just pulled my daughter over. And so the guy had pulled me over because he had seen me come out of a motel of which I was babysitting at because the people's house had gotten flooded, and they were still there to go out. But he thought I was like a lady of the night because I left at like 2:00 in the morning from a hotel. And then he got lambasted when he got back. I heard on the CD at that time, "Get back to the car." It was my Uncle Frank.
Yeah.
So
that's what happens in small town USA. Yep. Absolutely.
So that was quite funny.
Oh gosh, I wonder if we lost him again for
we did.
Oh my God.
Good.
There we go. They're back. Now you don't have to listen to silly stories from Dawn Marie.
Yeah, we're doing some hairpin turns, and when we do our hairpin turns, Lucy braces on whoever's arm.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, she's very good about that. She knows exactly how to brace. Right turn. Right turn.
That box.
That one, I would say that one's not going anywhere, but it might. Okay. Yeah, we're almost to the interstate. And as soon as the interstate.
Not again. Does anybody else have any questions they want to ask or that we can ask? She doesn't have the. Oh, okay, there she's back. Does anybody remember your first movie you went to on the big screen?
Ooh.
Do you,
I do.
Sylvia? Okay,
yes, I do. My mom took me to Fantasia.
Nice.
Yeah. And then asked me what was the second movie.
What was the second movie?
The second movie was The Fly in 3D.
Awesome.
Very memorable movies.
Yes, I remember that movie.
What was your first movie, Dawn?
My first movie in the theater, but I didn't get through the whole thing, was Bambi. The fire scene came up and I started screaming and crying.
Yes, yes.
The first one I sat through was Brer Rabbit. What is it? Song of the South. First one I sat through was Song of the South, which is very difficult to find now these days.
Why did you sit through it? Because were you singing?
For what?
I sat through the whole.
I sat through it because, well, that was the one I got all the way through. You know what I mean? Like from beginning to end. I didn't cry or anything. So,
okay.
But my first adult movie that I went to see was Ice Castles. Which was the one about the woman that ended up being blind. She was an ice skater, and she hit a line on the ice that she didn't know was there and knocked her head and went blind. And there's a famous song, Ice Castles theme was a song that was really big at the time. Let's see. Wow. Anne Marie says her first movie was E.T. with her dad.
Oh,
Ricky says
that was a good movie.
The Horse Named Misty. Nice. First movie in 3rd grade.
Wow.
Now, oh my gosh, Blazing Saddles. That is one of my dad's and my favorite movies. Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. That was a classic.
Oh, The Exorcist.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Lion King.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I actually didn't see The Exorcist until Mark and I started going out, and it was mostly because I just hadn't gotten to see it. Like, I don't think it was on HBO for me to watch at the time when when HBO first came out. I don't think they showed it, or if they did, I didn't see it.
Right.
But yeah.
Right on.
I'm trying to think of some other things.
What about Casey? Did Casey put down anything? No, he hasn't put down anything.
It was a horse from the Isle of Chattanooga, I think. Yeah, you know what? I think that comes the horse named Misty. I think that's a book, if I remember. I think I remember reading the book. I know I went to the theater when I was little, but there's a lot of details I don't remember. Yeah. Actually, even I've seen people bring their babies, and around here they have what are called quiet theaters, where the volume is down and you can like take a baby into it, and the younger kids that don't like the really big loud music and bangs and booms, and you can actually watch for the matinees for special kids, for taking kids in there. So sure, nowadays kids have gone to the movies a lot earlier than I ever did.
Yeah. The best one that I can remember because I so enjoyed scaring my children. I took them to see the Amityville Horror. And it was a packed theater, and my son was so small, he had to sit at the edge of the seat in order to keep from flipping back up. So I can't even remember what scene it was, but he screamed and jumped down and started running down the aisle, and the theater emptied. I mean, because a bunch of Hispanics, right? Everybody started screaming, and don't panic, Hispanic is a real thing. It is a real thing. He cleared the theater, and my son, my daughter, myself, we were laughing so hard. We still laugh about it. We didn't even realize what he had done.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that good. I said, I guess we should go find him. That's one of the best stories. My children. Oh my God, my children.
That's hilarious.
And it's true. I tell you.
Oh, that's right. Casey moved so much. He doesn't remember too much of his childhood.
Oh, yeah. That's a drag when you got to move.
Memories hard. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
It is, because I don't think I'd have nearly as many memories if I had moved around as if I'd stayed.
Yeah.
Because I stayed
as a military brat, I was fortunate that my father was assigned to places that we stayed a long time.
Yeah.
And then he retired. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was a late in life baby, so my dad pretty much got out of the Air Force when I was 4 years old. But out of the Air Force, but worked at our local radar station. That was basically up the hill.
And they are back
from where we lived.
Yeah, we're right there. So, oh no.
So we said, do we remember what movie? I don't know if they can hear us. Can you hear us, guys?
Yeah,
yes.
No, can you hear us?
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
we just said what our first movies were. Do you remember what your first movie in a theater was?
Doug's was at the drive-in, and it was Jaws.
Oh, wow.
Chat. Look, Amityville and Exorcist. It's your first movie?
Yeah.
That would scare me from wanting to see movies ever again.
I didn't see very many movies as a kid. We had lots of kids. There were 6 of us, and so we didn't go to see movies. It just cost too much money. But every couple of years, if they did, we're going to show this Disney film and bring a can, you know, for donation, we would get to go to the movie. And so I remember seeing Herbie and the Love Bug.
The Love Bug. I loved Herbie movies.
I remember seeing like the Shaggy DA.
Oh yeah.
They were,
wow, those are old.
Those old Disney movies.
That was good.
Those are the first things that I saw.
The first movie you saw in the theater, Jen.
South Pacific, Sarah. Wow. That's awesome. I love South Pacific. That is so fun.
Yeah. We still watch that.
Wow.
I was going to say,
I would. I'm amazed that you guys like so many horror movies when you were little.
I didn't say I liked them.
Although I will say, I just don't care to watch horror movies at all now, but I would watch them back then.
Only so she could hold on to the guy next to her.
Oh.
Another country heard from.
That's right.
What is the most beautiful place you've been to? What is the most beautiful place you've been to? Be nice. Good. Yeah. Yes.
That's another thinking one.
Oh, look at that plane coming in.
Well,
wow.
Holy crap.
That's not coming in.
He's taking off.
Taking off, yeah.
Woo! Plane just took off right in front of us across the road.
Wow.
If we had been right there, he might have clipped the top of the car. He was pretty darn close. He's just
Yellowstone for Jen.
Yellowstone.
I can't say that something falls in Michigan for Margie.
The most beautiful place you've ever been.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yellowstone, that's a very cool one. Falls in Michigan. I don't know that I've been to a falls in Michigan. Sylvia, how about you?
2 places. Big Island, Hawaii, of course. Maui wasn't that pretty to me. Neither was Oahu because they were very thirsty. And the second place is Oaxaca, Mexico. The land of the beautiful jacarandas, the purple trees. And the pyramids. The pyramids are just about everywhere. Gorgeous place, the mountains. Yeah. Those are my favorite too.
How about you? Cool.
Italy.
Oh wow.
Mostly the side that I was on, the Tuscany side. I was half the summer on the Tuscany side and half the summer on the sort of between the mountains and the coast on the right-hand side. But I did like the Tuscany side much better.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, my sister goes every year.
Most beautiful place I've ever been to. I'm sorry, Sylvia, but it's going to be Maui on our honeymoon. We went to the rainforest.
Maui was definitely. Maui definitely is the island for lovers, definitely.
But it's not Maui as a whole, but the rainforest was really pretty.
The rainforest of Maui.
Specifically very cool.
If you ever have the chance to go to the Big Island, go to the Big Island. Big Island is very country.
I have been there.
Yeah,
yes.
Kona is a perfect place to go fishing.
I have been there, Sylvia.
Yeah, I love the Big Island.
That is beautiful too. The flowers everywhere.
As soon as you get off the airplane.
Yes.
You can smell the plumerias and all the and my mother-in-law used to keep orchids on her porch, and she would say, "Oh, those are the junk ones. Here are the pretty ones." She'd take me to the back where she had different types of orchids.
I see it now, Casey. Casey says this is his bed at the end of the day.
I saw that. I love that, Casey. Casey, we also spent more time at the skating rink than the movie theater. So I get you. Let's see. Most beautiful place. The rainforest in Maui was beautiful. I really loved the castles going down the Rhine.
Yeah.
All the 13th century,
Castles.
12th century
I'm sure.
castles.
Yeah.
Those are just magnificent.
Yeah. The cathedrals.
The cathedrals, yes. When I went to Poland, going into the cathedrals in there felt like being in a whole nother world.
I'm sure.
We went
Yeah.
there and we would sing in the cathedral, and the acoustics. There, a lot of you guys are singers. The acoustics in the cathedral are just amazing. We would spread out among the cathedral and then sing, in harmony. And wow, that would just give you chills. And you look at the beautiful stained glass, the architecture. I just love the architecture of those. When we were in France, the architecture was, I love nature and I love the architecture. That's most beautiful too. So the architecture that we saw in France and Poland, but the beauty of southern Utah, the national parks, is also spectacular, and you can't see that anywhere else either. So that's really pretty.
Sarah is talking about couple Sunset Beach on Oahu and tour of volcanoes and the lava tubes.
Yes. Sunset Beach. Sarah, been to Sunset Beach on Oahu. That is beautiful. The tour of volcanoes, the lava tubes. Yeah, so we went up to Haleakala crater, which is still an active volcano. We were above, it's 10,000 feet, we were above the clouds. And it's the fastest, the shortest distance from 10,000 feet to sea level, 1 mile. And we rode down that on bicycles. That was awesome. Snoqualmie Falls in Washington. I'm sure.
Yes, when it's stormy. Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm sure Sylvia's been there.
Definitely. Feel the power.
Bye, Casey. Have fun with the bro. Casey's a twin. So he's going to spend time with his brother and his niece. Yeah. Yeah, have fun. Let's see here. Oh, I love this one. We're all bookies. Bookies. What was your favorite book as a child?
Oh.
What was your favorite book as a child? I loved Nancy Drew series. I loved Hardy Boy series. I loved all the mysteries. I loved Bridie of the Grand Canyon as a little girl. Bridie of the Grand Canyon, about a burro, Bridie, that lives in the Grand Canyon. Yeah, and it's a big book.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think mine was Dick and Jane.
That was a good movie.
No, that was nothing like the books.
Oh, good. I know that's what you said. It's your favorite book. I'm laughing. I said,
Clan of the Cape Bear is really good.
Oh, Trixie.
If we're going,
the Bobbsey twins.
Yeah,
Sarah, I read the Bobbsey twins.
Yeah, so did I.
Clan of the Cape Bear.
My favorite book was Gulliver's Travels.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Irma would rather do math than read. That's funny, Irma.
Oh, goodness.
That is. I love to read, not the movie. Yeah. Oh, I love the Bobbsey twins, Sarah.
Well, at that time when I was little, I had all the Curious George books. I know since then that they've come out with
Curious George.
But I like the original Curious George books.
That's cool. I collected monkeys. That still is my favorite animal.
And then Laura Ingalls Wilder set of books. I like book sets. I don't like just one single book.
I like Laura Ingalls Wilder, that series too. Those are good. I like series ones that, you know, you had the same characters, like the Hardy Boys, the Laurie Wilder ones, those. Yeah, because you felt like you get to know the characters and you can carry through from this adventure to that adventure.
Yep.
Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn. The Magic Faraway Tree, Boxcar Children.
We should write some of these down. I'd like to get to know some of them.
They're in chat. We can go back and grab that.
Well,
here's a good one. I have to take a minute to think about this. Do you remember a moment when you felt utterly out of your element?
Yes.
A moment, a time in your life when you just felt completely out of your element.
Yes, I do. I was in Oaxaca, Mexico, and I thought I knew Spanish, and I thought I knew everything I needed to know about being Hispanic. And there's different places in Mexico that have their indigenous language, and it's not Spanish. And I opened the menu and it was all in their language, and I didn't want to sound like I didn't know what I was, so I said, you know, arroz, frijoles, y tortillas, rice, beans, and tortillas. They brought me black beans, red rice, and purple corn tortillas, and I was like, what? You know? And that's when they knew that I was from the border. They called me pocha. I was a pocha.
Wow.
Yeah, so that then I became aware of how white people feel when a bunch of people are speaking another language, whether it's Spanish or another language. And if you don't know that language, you can feel, are they talking about me? Are they making fun of me? What's going on? So that helped me become more sensitive to watching where I spoke another language.
Yeah. Jen says childhood till the age of 16.
Oh my goodness. That's a long time.
I love my childhood. It was fun.
Well, mine was I went to a Christian college, and but it was a different denomination than I was used to, and that was quite the cultural shock for me. And I felt out of sorts my freshman year, and I didn't know if I was going to continue, but I did. So
cool. So you made it work.
Yep. I found my friends, and that was it.
So many times I felt out of my element. Can you think of something?
Probably being in Mexico when I first got to Mexico.
Yeah.
Not knowing the language really.
Yeah.
Not understanding people. So.
Yeah. That's an interesting question.
Probably my first day of high school. That would be
that is a good one. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I always wanted to be an artist.
Did you?
Yes.
That is so cool. Wow.
Yeah. I went through the changes, you know. I want to be a ballerina. I want to be a princess. I want to be a teacher. I want, probably the longest was I wanted to be an artist.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Let's see if we have some from chat. Jen wanted to be a songwriter and poet. Sarah wanted to be a nurse. That never even had a glint on my horizon. When I was 5, where I grew up, we didn't have recycle. You had the trash, but like soda came in a bottle, not the can that we have now.
5-cent return.
And so you would get the deposit back from returning the bottles. And when we never, I don't know if we had a place to return the bottles or if we just didn't. Not that we had so many, because we didn't hardly ever get soda. But when you put them out with the trash, you set them on the ground beside the trash. You didn't put them in the trash. And so the trash men would, the garbage men would pick up, dump the trash, and they would pick up the bottles and put them in a separate thing so they could be taken back for return and deposit. And my little entrepreneurial brain went, if they're getting a couple bottles at every single house that they're picking up the garbage at, and they're returning them, they're getting the deposit back on every single one of those. I want to be a garbage man. So at 5 years old, I wanted to be a garbage man so I could gather all the glass bottles and return them for deposits.
The question was, what did you want to be when? Oops, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yep.
What you wanted to be when you were little. Somebody asked what the question was.
Yep. When you grew up, what did you want to be?
I never thought about it.
Other than that, after that, I mean, that was when I was 5, and I clearly
a mom was,
I don't know why, but after that, I never thought about it.
I always wanted to be a mom, but that didn't happen. So.
After that, she always wanted to be a mom, and that didn't happen. After that, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to be. I really didn't. So
never thought about it.
I thought about it, but I had no idea. Yes, I had no idea what I wanted to be. So, Diane wanted to be an artist. Wow, I just love that. And I achieved that, just not the rich and famous kind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember being scared by something as a child? And what was it? And does it still scare you? Does it still scare you? So what do you remember being scared by as a child?
Oh,
does it
I
still scare
remember.
you? Okay, DM.
One of my sister's favorite movies was The Wizard of Oz, and my dad had seen it so many times that he made me afraid of the Wicked Witch. And how he did that is that I watched, she was from Maine, by the way. So every once in a while you would have, I never saw her, but you were known to see her if you went down to the coast. But he had me watch her on Mr. Rogers when she came in full makeup, which was super scary looking. And then she took her makeup off, which she was still scary looking to me. So I never liked that.
Oh man, that's too bad. And yeah, Sylvia's over here going, The Wizard of Oz, how can you be scared?
Yeah, I've seen it in pieces. I haven't seen it all the way through.
Oh wow.
But
yeah,
I've seen The Wiz.
I get it.
And I've seen like every
not the same
thing
not
of
the
it,
same
but I
not
haven't
the
seen
same
the
not the
original.
same,
I know.
not the same.
Jack in a Box.
There's the rest of them.
Anne Marie says Jack in a Box.
So,
they are scary.
Yeah, and still scared. But I get that. They are a little scary. She wanted to be a ballerina and a horse riding instructor. I love that. Sylvia, was there something you were scared of as a child?
One night, we were the only house that had a fireplace, a chimney, because my uncle on my mother's side was the only mason in the town. So some of the larger houses had fireplaces, but our house, because my father built it after the war, he was a CB. So when they got out of the service, they either got paid a bonus or they got paid in wood, and he got paid in wood. So he built the house, and my uncle built the fireplace. And one night, a bat was in my room, and I knew it was a bat because I saw its silhouette. And I ran to my parents' bed and woke them up and told them there was a bat in my room. There's a bat in my room. Yeah, kid, go to bed. So finally, my mother went to my bedroom, and I slept with my dad. There was no bat, according to her. The next day, everybody cleaned house. There was no bat. My father was grilling in the evening, and the bat finally showed up, came out. My mother was hysterical. Again, don't panic, Hispanic. She insisted that he not kill it in the house because it would be bad luck.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of us running through the house from room to room. And this poor little bat that had lost his way. And finally it was it was put out of its misery, or we were whatever. But bats do not scare me, but I do hear them. I'm always aware of them. Yes.
Yep.
Wow. They're not
You will
easy
not
to hear.
forget that sound. No, but
that's funny because
they're
I
around.
also had a bat in my room at one time.
Did they believe you?
But yeah, the whole family was chasing it around.
Okay, good. Yes.
Vacuum cleaners are the best to suck those up.
Oh yeah, that's right. That would be.
And it doesn't kill them. Or the old kind
one of
vacuum
those-
cleaner with a bag.
Wow. It was one of those old farmhouses, like old farmhouses.
Yes.
I shared the attic room with my sister, with the slanted wall ceilings, and and then it had a door that went into a second attic room, which was the real attic. That was scary. I never went in there because now I really would like to go in there. Back then it was really scary. But yeah, there was a bat in my room. Woke up and there was a bat, and everybody came up and was chasing around our room because it was a huge room. Opened the window.
Is that your older sister? Is that your older sister or younger sister?
My younger sister.
I can always tell when sister is older or younger by the tone that you use. That was my sister. That's the way my sister says when she refers to me. Because when you're little, that's my sister. When it's the older sister, that's my
Sarah's
sister.
is bad. That would scare the bejesus out of me too.
How do you say it when it's your older sister?
I always say that was my sister. I was always so proud of her. I was always, that's my sister. But she would always, that's my sister. But did you read Sarah's? Or you can't read it? Sarah was getting out of the shower, and someone stuck his hand in the window. Oh my goodness.
Sarah was getting out of the shower, and someone stuck his hand in the window trying to grab her.
Oh, snap.
Oh my gosh.
Through the window.
Yes. Scared the crap out of her, and she still makes sure the windows are locked before she gets
Absolutely.
To the shower. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That stays with you.
Ricky, with what she wanted to be, Ricky wanted to live on a farm with every kind of animal. She married a farmer, so her dream came true. She had a dog named Misty and a horse named Misty and a daughter named Misty, all from that movie. So you could just call out Misty and anybody would come.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, don't
The
cut me off.
last year,
Anne Marie had to
Diana
leave.
with wild curly hair. Anything that
Jen
flies,
did
I'm
too.
scared of being stuck in my hair.
Oh, I didn't see Jen.
I
When did
was
Jen-
scared
Oh,
of,
I see. Yes.
I was scared of spiders.
Oh no, I love spiders.
I know. You needed to be my sister.
See, and you would say it just like that.
I love
I
that.
was scared of spiders because we had lots of them in the old farmhouse and some really creepy ones. I'm not scared of them anymore, but I sure don't like them still. So I'm sorry,
sure
Sylvia. I do not feed them.
You sure about that?
I am sure about that.
Because if there's a spider, I have to kill it.
Yes.
Oh,
That's because I
no.
do not like them.
No. I don't kill them.
Don't tell Sylvia we're killing them.
No.
My favorite spider is the wolf spider. I love them. They're so pretty,
Oh,
and they
They have
jump.
nice hairy legs.
Yes, they're so pretty.
Okay, that's scary. The wolf spider is scary.
they're dangerous.
No.
They're dangerous. Yes, they
And
are.
Sarah,
They're very dangerous.
Going back to Sarah, she found out that it was a neighbor kid that didn't like her. Oh my gosh.
Sarah.
Yeah, there would have been a talking to. My father would have
With
gone
a
to the
bat.
front door with a gun for that one if somebody had done that.
Yes, absolutely. Do not
Sarah,
come near my daughter.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
I will say, Sarah, that would make me feel better than thinking it was some adult guy.
Yeah.
Some creeper. Because now you think there's some creeper trying to get you. But if you just know it's the neighbor kid and he's just an idiot. But yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Diane. Yeah, those spider legs look like my legs, Ricky says.
I'm going to have to shut down here too pretty soon. I've got people coming over.
Yeah, and actually Ember's mom is coming soon.
Ah, okay. Well, let me know when you guys have to go, and we'll just shut it down then.
Okay. Well, I'll say my bye-bye today. Look at what I did on brown paper. This is wrapping paper that someone gave me a Christmas gift early, and it had the little spaces dotted in the bag, so it was perfect to swatch. Yeah, the grids. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah.
So and now I have them. So now I know I can paint on grocery bags. An endless supply of grocery bags.
Did you clear gesso them at all so that the watercolor would show true color?
No.
Do you feel
that's why I wanted to do it bare bones. Yes. So next time I've got another space here. So next I'm gonna clear gesso this side and then do them again and compare.
Okay. Cool.
That'll be
awesome.
the next
I love
time.
That. It's pretty.
I like it too. Not bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sir.
How much longer do you guys have
I'm going to say bye-bye.
Goodbye, Sylvia.
How much longer?
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
How many hours?
Keep her in our prayers.
I don't know. How many hours do you have?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
2.5. 2.5 hours.
Oh, not bad. Not
bad.
No,
good,
not bad at all.
No, we'll be by dinner time.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for
bye, guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ricky, you're
bye.
Still here. Bye. Ricky, I think you were eco-dying today.
Yep.
So
a little red button, Sylvia.
Arizona.
Yes, got it.
One of the plants. One of the prolific plants that developers tend to plant everywhere because it grows, even if you don't want it to. It grows so easy, and it makes beautiful, beautiful flowers on it. Is the bougainvillea. And I really miss the bougainvillea. You know, you don't think about it in Arizona because it's everywhere. It's just common. But you get out of Arizona and you don't have it anymore, and you realize how pretty it is. You do have bougainvillea? Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, I filled a couple grocery sacks full of bougainvillea. I cut off like the end of it grows with a whole bunches of flowers, and they're a bright magenta color.
Yeah.
Is that the same color as yours are, Tim?
Yeah, like a pinky.
I think they're pretty.
Pinky red.
Yeah. Yep. So,
do you have lantana there as well?
Yes, I
yes,
love lantana. Yep.
I love lantana. I miss it.
Do
it
you
so
have
much.
oleander?
Yep. There's a lot that can grow in North
So-
Carolina.
Well, so I mean, that I'm just saying, thinking that is like a similar climate to Arizona. That's interesting. I wouldn't have.
Well,
thought.
Arizona's a lot
So-
drier, and we have different.
Yeah.
Like we have the wet ones for the dry. You know what I mean? They have different.
Okay,
I don't want to say breeds because that's
Yeah.
not right, but they have
So,
ones
like-
that are
my different
set for our
species of
area.
it. Okay. So I brought a whole bunch of bougainvillea home to do some eco dyeing, and Ricky made me think of that earlier when she said she was eco dyeing.
That's cool.
I'm anxious to do that. Yeah. So
Uh-oh. Nope, you're still there.
are we still here?
Yeah, you're still there.
Can you hear us?
Did I lose you?
No, you're there.
Okay.
I
What's
can hear
the
you.
best advice you've ever been given?
Huh?
Oh, it's a delay.
Yeah, big delay.
Okay. What's
Best
the
advice.
best advice you've ever been given?
Um,
Or what's the worst advice you've ever been given?
the worst advice I was given was to go to college for something that wasn't art.
Right. There you go.
Because my grandmother wasn't going to pay for anything, pay for schooling if I went to school for art. So, and
Just
she
for
didn't
art.
end up paying for all of it anyway. So,
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, that's the worst. What's the best advice you've ever been given? How about you guys in chat?
best advice. Sugar nuts. I don't know. I think find humor in everything. That's probably one of my best.
Buy two of everything?
Humor. Ha ha. Humor.
What was it, Mia?
What did you say? Oh, yeah. Have humor in everything. What is it that you want? Oh, I can't pick up the whole bag.
Okay.
My shoulder won't. But Lucy, if you could go back. Oh, she got the pillow up behind her. If you go back, Daddy can pick it up. Put it right here if you want. Oh, okay.
And yeah, I think it's find
yeah.
humor in everything.
I like that advice. That's good advice.
And not be so serious. Which is the same thing.
What's
Try to get it.
Did you guys drop something?
No, what about the charts?
Don't play with Play-Doh.
No, I
was
just
my
picked up a big bag of. Don't play with Play-Doh.
Don't eat Play-Doh.
Don't eat Play-Doh. What is that? Is that lake? It's clouds? Oh. No. Can't be.
Can you
I
get
don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Don't play with Play-Doh was worst advice. Wow, that is pretty bad advice. Don't play with Play-Doh.
Wasn't it? No, it wasn't Play. What was
Don't
that?
eat with Play-Doh.
What was the,
Don't eat paste.
Don't eat paste.
what was that stuff that came in the egg that you could put on a paper?
Oh, silly putties.
Silly putty.
Silly putty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like silly putty. We used to press it on the comics.
Yep.
And then stretch it out and make your face.
Pretzels. I can feel pretzels.
Oh, those are good.
Sarah, what about the best advice you ever got? I'll open it.
Get a
Oh,
cat.
did you lose me? No. Get a cat.
Sarah, is that the best
Right?
advice? Get a cat.
Get a cat. So, DM, it is snow, not clouds. So, DM had a just a cat show up at her door. This was some months ago. I think I told you about that. And turns out the cat was pregnant. And the cat had kitties. Had 4 kitties.
Get Mariah.
And so the kitties are now old enough to go to a forever home. And so Sarah had picked, Sarah's in Ohio, DM's in North Carolina. There you go. Sarah picked one of the kitties to be her Mariah. And so she has, where's her brother? Where's Sarah's brother that she went to visit him?
Sorry, Charlotte.
Oh, so she went to Charlotte, North Carolina to visit her brother. And when she was going to come home, DM and her met halfway. And she got Mariah from DM and took her back to Ohio. So now Sarah has Mariah. Yeah, she's adorable. And she's perfect for Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Get Mariah. Best advice. That was good. Margie, I want to know what Margie's best advice was. Margie, if she's
Ricky's
still
got a
here,
good one.
best
Never say
advice.
bad thing in private, as nothing really stays private. That is the truth.
Yes, so true. Wow, triples on a UPS. Wow. Ricky, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Don't have something good to say, don't say anything at all. Bite your tongue and keep quiet, right?
Yep.
Because nothing really stays private ever. Wow. How about everybody else in chat? What's the best advice you've ever been given, or worst advice you've ever been given?
Let's see. Who is left in chat? Ricky, Sarah. It might be just.
Well, there's 8 people there.
Oh, okay.
KK still there? KK? I haven't heard from her anything.
Yeah, she may just be listening.
She might. Herba had to go cook dinner. Diane had to go. Anne Marie, are you still there? Oh, she had to go.
Yep, and so did Jen, and so did Casey.
And Jen lost, and Casey had to go. Jen lost signal.
Yeah.
She'll get it back when she gets right close to her house. Margie, did you lose Margie?
The last thing Margie said that her favorite book was Gone with the Wind. We haven't heard her since.
Oh, I didn't see that one. That's awesome. That's a good one. You say Gone with the Wind, and my first thought is that Carol Burnett skit.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Carol Burnett skit, Gone with the Wind?
Oh, yeah.
Where she takes the curtains off. She was so darn funny.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally funny. Amazing lady. Yeah, sad.
Okay. Unfortunately, I've got to go because Ember's mommy's going to be here in 10 minutes. So I got to go get Ember. It's all stuff together and ready to go. So thank you, everybody.
Sounds
I had
good.
fun. And I hope you guys get home safe. Love y'all. Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep, no problem.
Fun. Thanks for hanging out with you guys.
Yep.
We will. It's a short drive from here. Love you all. We'll talk to you soon.